And a busy Saturday tomorrow. We have proms, we have
Yes.
graduations, there's a lot of sports going on. What are we looking at in terms of the rain timing?
So it's that storm system that's making its way to us. We're thinking 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That 6-hour window is when things will be most active here. We want to show you the May calendar. Temperatures so far this month generally above average, but take a look at those Saturdays on the rain column. So far, it's been fairly wet for most of the Saturdays this month. And we will add another green tile to this tomorrow. So more wet weekend weather on the way. This all gets going with some fog overnight tonight. We watch it first develop along the shoreline, spreading north on First Alert Futurecast. By 10 or 11 o'clock tomorrow, we see the development of these thunderstorms to our west. They start to move into Connecticut, first impacting western parts of the state, crossing through central Connecticut between noon and 2 p.m., exiting eastern Connecticut between 2 and 4 p.m. Some of those storms are going to be perhaps fairly strong, not only bringing downpours and lightning, but also the risk for some strong damaging wind gusts, maybe even some hail impacting outdoor plans, certainly. So it's this 6-hour time frame, and we could even see a little bit of isolated development later on after that. But generally speaking, this is when we anticipate some of the greatest impacts. You'll note lightning is the highest risk here, the highest threat from any of these storms, and it's certainly something to take seriously. If you hear thunder, make sure you head indoors. Damaging wind and then hail, and in the region, there could be an isolated tornado. Now, across Connecticut, that risk is much lower. However, if you're planning to head into parts of upstate New York or the Berkshires or into parts of northern New England, Vermont, New Hampshire, where you see this yellow shading, that's where there's actually a greater risk of some stronger thunderstorms, a couple of which may end up rotating tomorrow. So again, less of a risk of that across Connecticut, but region-wide, it cannot be ruled out. Temperatures all across the Northeast, 70s, even some low 80s popping up, and dew points are high too. It's muggy out there, fueling some thunderstorms. These yellow boxes, severe thunderstorm watches for parts of Maryland into the Delmarva, and we even see some development north of that in portions of Pennsylvania. So we'll be watching this very closely. If we start to see any of these move north, perhaps they will impact Connecticut late this evening, but we have managed to stay fairly dry thus far, and we do expect most towns to stay dry later on tonight too. We're looking live right now in Rocky Hill north of the Hartford skyline. Looks a bit hazy because of that mugginess. 75 for the first pitch for the Yard Goats tonight, 69 by the 9th inning, and tomorrow fog giving way to the thunderstorm risk. Some improvement as we get into the evening hours. Temperatures tomorrow in the 70s. And by Sunday, behind the front, we're certainly going to be less humid. We may see a sprinkle on Sunday, but otherwise we expect it to be brighter and breezier. Pollen counts will still be moderate to high both tomorrow and Sunday, climbing a bit by Monday as drier air works its way back into the state. We're expecting partly to mostly sunny skies early next week as temperatures drop below average. 66 by Tuesday and breezy. Clouds will be increasing on Wednesday. Mostly cloudy skies return with the risk for showers late, but it's Thursday that we're watching your first alert to some wetter weather. We're expecting showers. It's breezy. Unseasonably cool with highs only in the upper 50s. Not much of an improvement by Friday next weekend either. Shoreline highs mid-70s the next couple of days, lower 70s by Monday, and even along the shoreline we'll see some highs in the 50s by Thursday next week.
Oh, 50s. Fantastic.
So excited.
Thank